see. But yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why would Peko have left the mask? Just feels strange.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
Dang it, I didn't get that. Okay, well, I'll see it.
The incident began this morning when Mahiru spoke to Hyoko. Mahiru most likely played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case, the video game provided to us as the motive.
At Nagito's urging.
She probably wanted to discuss it with someone else who also appeared in the game as a character. Hyoko accepted Mahiru's invitation, and they promised to have a more detailed conversation about it later. However, someone else overheard their exchange. The killer. The killer eavesdropped on their conversation and used their promise to devise a specific murder plan. By preparing a specific item, they planned to manipulate the two's actions. That item was the letters. They sent fake letters to both Mahiru and Hyoko. The letter Mahiru received told her to come to the beach house at 2:30 p.m. And the letter Hyoko received told her to come to the beach house at exactly 2 p.m. By providing different times, the killer was able to lure them to the beach house separately. Hyoko totally trusted that letter, showed up at the beach house at 2 p.m., just like it said, and was drugged into unconsciousness by the killer lying in wait. After putting Hyoko to sleep, the killer immediately hid her inside the closet, so they could frame her as the killer later. At 2:30 p.m., Mahiru arrived at the beach house. She was completely unaware that she'd been targeted for murder. Approaching her from behind, the killer struck the defenseless Mahiru with a specific weapon, the metal bat that was left at the scene of the crime. The bat was brought down onto the back of Mahiru's head, and with that, she took her last breath. According to Mikan's autopsy, Mahiru died instantly, so she probably never knew who killed her. With that, the killer achieved their goal of killing Mahiru and began to tamper with the crime scene. They dragged Mahiru's body so that it blocked the door leading to the road. Also, the mask found at the scene of the crime was something the killer personally left.
But why?
I'm not really sure why. My guess is it's something similar to a calling card. That's how the crime scene we discovered was created. However, by moving Mahiru's body, the killer got blood splatter on them. Plus, the shower room had no water because it was out of order, so they couldn't wash it off. But the killer expected something like that to happen. Instead of the shower, the killer used something else to wash the blood off their body. They used plastic water bottles that were inside the beach house refrigerator. We can assume they carried the bottles to the shower room before the sequence of events had happened. In place of showering, they washed the blood off their body with water bottles instead. However, they had no choice but to dispose of the empty bottles in the beach house's trash can.
True.
Littering is against the rules, and it would have taken too much time to throw them away somewhere else. After the killer washed off the blood, they hid in a specific spot inside the closet Hiyoko was in. The killer hid inside the surfboard case that they had already emptied beforehand. After some time had passed, the sleeping drug used on Hiyoko wore off, and she woke up. I can imagine how badly Hiyoko must have panicked when she came out of the closet. I mean, she made plans to see Mahiru, who lay dead right in front of her. From the shock and panic of being considered a murder suspect, Hiyoko fled from the beach house. Because of that, she left footprints in the sand. Everything was a trap set by the killer to frame her. After Hiyoko left, the killer finally came out of the surfboard case and placed a gummy that they brought with them to shift our suspicion toward Hiyoko. Ironically, placing that gummy is what helped clear our suspicion toward Hiyoko. Finally, the killer began preparing to escape from the beach house. They couldn't risk leaving their footprints in the sand, so they escaped the beach house using a different route. The small window in the shower room. However, that window is rather high up and can't be reached easily, which is why the killer used the bamboo sword they always carry with them. The killer took the bamboo sword out of its bag, tied the bag to the sword's handle, and used the sword as a step stool to reach the small window while holding the sword bag in their hand. As long as they're able to reach the window, all they had to do was pull the bag to retrieve the sword. And so the killer left the beach house and appeared before us as if nothing had happened. But their wet hair and swimsuit didn't dry right away. There also weren't any towels at the beach house. So when the killer met up with us, they said they had been swimming for a while as an excuse. So how about it? This is the truth behind the incident you caused. Isn't that right, Peko Pekoyama?
Still doesn't feel correct.
I see. And what of it? She's like, totally cool with it.
See, this is what I'm saying. This doesn't feel right.
I haven't done anything to be ashamed of.
I would disagree if everything that we've said has been true. I disagree.
What are you saying? You killed Mahiru! Wrong! I punished evil in the name of justice.
Wrong. You killed someone who is indirectly related to 2 murders in the name of vengeance.
That's no reason to condemn me. Whatever. Let's hurry up and vote so we can freaking kill this weird, crazy bitch. There's no way you can kill me. Justice can never be killed. You should all know that as well.
What are you saying?
To protect what's most important to you, you must be prepared to throw away something equally important. Understand?
No.
I don't get it. Then I shall be direct. Justice must carry on.
So you're saying one of us has to become Sparkling Justice?
In order to keep justice, to keep me alive, you all must give up your lives.
Are you serious?
It's not serious. It's justice.
I'm still confused.
If I fall here, who will combat the evils of this world?
Maybe somebody who's actually combating the evils of this world and not just creating more of them.
Now, follow your hearts of justice that reside within you all, and save my life to protect justice.
No.
Hurry and carry on justice.
No.
Give me a break! Who's gonna die for you?
Thank you.
If we let Peko go, we're all gonna get killed! For the sake of grand justice, a few sacrifices are unavoidable. A few sacrifices? That's... Don't worry. The justice that you give your life to protect will never go to waste.
Instead, it shall be used to take more lives. Because that's justice. This is making me angry, okay? I had no real strong feelings about Peko, but the fact that she's like this makes me angry. She's totally wrong on so many levels, and I'm mad.
I can't stand her anymore. Let's vote already and execute her.
I feel like we're missing something.
However, before we do that...
What, you want an autograph?
Monokuma, the vote! Hurry up and let us vote already!
I'm awake!
Ah, he finally woke up.
I've heard your story! Well, I wasn't listening, but who cares? Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote!
This doesn't feel right.
Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
This doesn't feel right.
Such heart-pounding excitement!
This does not feel correct. But we're gonna vote anyway, so I guess it is correct. Okay.
Pardon me, can we please have a little more time?
Thank you.
Pardon me, can we have a little bit more time? Please let us continue our discussion.
Thank you. You see that this is not correct. I've been feeling that we're still missing something.
Continue our discussion? But isn't the voting over?
Yes, but I cannot help but feel strange. Something about this is definitely strange.
Huh?
Strange? What do you mean? There's no doubt that Peko is the killer.
I doubt it. I have doubt. Considering Hiko's attitude and the way she's just so cool with this and also like has gone off the deep end, there's no way this is right.
That is true. However,
As a serial killer enthusiast, you're wondering if Peko is really Sparkling Justice, am I right?
Hey, Miss Sonia isn't a serial killer enthusiast. She just has a little more passion about them than most.
Which makes her an enthusiast. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Royalty can be strange sometimes. Just learn to live with it, man. If
that
Yeah.
makes her an enthusiast.
like I said,
Honestly, it felt strange to me too. I mean, there's a distinct difference between what we know about Sparkling Justice and Peko, right?
Distinct difference?
You know, Sonia describes Sparkling Justice like this.
flashback time.
Justice complete. The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky. That would be me. Sparkling Justice!
At least this flashback is voiced. What the heck was that? Sparkling Justice's catchphrase. And Pecco didn't say it. An unknown serial killer has a catchphrase? See, so that was for me. What's the difference between a serial killer and Pecco? Nationality.
I see. That's right. According to what Sonia said,
That makes sense.
The article was written in their native language, so I tried to translate it.
if she had to translate it, that means it wasn't written in English, right?
Wait, hold on. So wait. So are these people actually supposed to be speaking English? Or are they supposed to be speaking Japanese? Are they saying that they would have been able to read it if it was in English? But not other. Anyway.
Huh? Yes, the magazine I read was written in Spanish.
Interesting.
So, Sparkling Justice's catchphrase was no doubt written in Spanish as well.
I wonder what that phrase would be in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so I wouldn't know, but actually, my uncle speaks Spanish. I might ask him. Anyway.
Which means the journalist and Sparkling Justice are both...
Spanish speakers, which means they're either from Spain or Latin America, but...
From Spain?
Or Latin America, but probably Spain.
What?
She's doing the faces now, too. All this time, I completely misunderstood. When I first heard about those serial killers, Genocide Jack and Sparkling Justice, I just assumed both serial killers were from the same country. That wasn't the case. If so...
Pecco, you're not Sparkling Justice. There's no way that's possible.
Or, if you insist that you're Sparkling Justice, can you try saying that catchphrase in Spanish?
Would you be able to do that?
That's a no.
It appears that the time has come for this mask to come off. However, that's perfectly fine. It's no longer necessary. And even if you find out now, it's too late for you all to do anything about it.
Hey?
My duty has already been finished.
Protecting Fuyuhiko. Right? Maybe?
My duty as a tool has already been completed in full.
Or are you the traitor? Are you the traitor? Are you the traitor Monokuma was talking about from World Ender? Bah, bah, bah. Okay. Okay. This is wild. This is crazy. What a twist. What's happening?
Uh-huh. Looks like she's back to normal?
Wait, but so did you actually kill Mahiru or not?
That mask has fulfilled its purpose, just as I have.
What do you mean? Fulfilled its purpose too late? What are you getting at?
Now that you've already cast your votes, is what it means.
Huh?
Hey, be clearer! We're asking you what your purpose was!
I have no purpose. I am just a mere tool.
She's the traitor.
Tool? What do you mean?
She called herself a tool, which means someone else used her then?
Which means she's the traitor. Think about it. She was not... Okay, hold on. That makes sense. That makes sense. Sort of. I mean, I'm piecing it together because with Sato, right, that would be 17 students. Now, Monokuma said there were only supposed to be 15 here, but that's because Sato already died. There are 16 students in a class. We know this from the last game. Each Hope's Peak Academy class ought to have 16 students, because in the first game, it had the class 78, which the characters were all a part of, had 16 students. So, if each class is supposed to have 16 students, then that means Sato was the 16th for this class originally, right? But since she was already killed before this whole thing happened, that means that Peko could pop in as a 16th student, but Monokuma was like, well, there were only supposed to be 15 of you on this trip because there were only 15 in your class because one of you already died. But she was able to slip in as a 16th student. And of course the player was like, oh well, you know, there should be 16, right? Because there were 16 in the first game, right? Well, there were 16, it's just that one of them died before the game began and got replaced by Peko. She's the odd one out. She's the traitor.
Of course. A tool cannot do anything on its own.
She's freaking out again.
I see. I finally understand. Well, I did have a sneaking suspicion all along.
What do you mean?
He means she's the traitor.
I mean, besides Peko and Hiyoko, someone else was also at the beach house.
Huh?
Someone else?
There is proof that establishes that fact. Try to remember it.
Well, the third person that saw the body, right? A body discovery.
I see!
Are you talking about the body discovery announcement?
Yep, that's right. I mean, didn't Monokuma say so earlier?
Don't need the flashback. Yes.
That announcement is made when at least 3 people discover a body.
But it didn't include the killer.
And in this particular case, the killer, Peko, is not one of those 3. If that's the case, it would mean only Hiyoko and Kazuichi discovered the body, but...
I see. That leaves us one person short.
And that last person was Fuyuhiko, wasn't it?
So that means there was one more person in the beach house.
But how did he get out, and what...
Plus, the fact that Monokuma tried to hide that truth from us by being flexible with his own rules.
I'm so confused.
That's such a vital clue that it could alter the outcome of the trial. Like an accomplice, for example.
No, that's not it.
Huh? Am I wrong?
Yes, from your basic way of thinking about it, you are wrong. Didn't I tell you? I'm just a tool. That means I'm just a simple tool to be used by that person.
Fuyuhiko.
Therefore, that person would have the strongest motive out of anybody else here, right?
So Fuyuhiko did want my hero dead. Ba, 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 ba.
You're the only one! Is it Fuyuhiko?
I see. Now I finally see the connection. The connection between the motive and the incident.
But even if it's the motive, it's just a game, right? There's no reason to believe it's even true. Would you call a game like that a strong motive?
Well, the events that should have definitely occurred in real life. Overwhelming proof of that, too. This.
I can prove it with this. I didn't think it was necessary to confirm it if it didn't have anything to do with Mahiru's murder, but...
This class trial faked me out. I thought we were almost done, and no. No. But I see. I don't know why Pekka was willing to kill Mahiru for Fuyuhiko unless she was part of his gang all along or something. But that would mean that... Hold on. So he didn't want Mahiru dead, but he didn't want to do it himself because if he got found out, he would die. But that doesn't explain why he was trying to defend Pekka. Because if he used her to kill Mahiru, then shouldn't his plan all along have been to get her killed? For her to die? Like, by trying to defend her, he was only casting more suspicion on himself. Surely the point was to do the exact opposite. So that can't be right either.
There's no doubt that game is based on actual events. That much is clear if you saw the ending prize. Photos awarded for beating the game are not actual in-game screenshots. They're all actual photos, with the surrounding scenery cropped out.
So that we don't realize it's all fake. Say something, Fuyuhiko, because I'm really confused here.
You knew all along, Fuyuhiko, didn't you?
That it was real? Yes. He was the first one to get the pictures.
You knew whether or not the first victim in the game was actually your little sister, right?
He was the first person to get the pictures.
Because whoever beat the game first and received the ending prize.
Yeah.
It was the envelope, right? The person who received the ending prize. It was you, wasn't it?
Yep.
If you were shown a photograph of your sister's dead body, you'd have no choice but to believe it.
Yep.
Even so, you wanted to deny the truth. That's why you sent those photos to Mahiru to confirm it.
Hey! Why are we talking about Fuyuhiko? Who cares? 'Cause Peko is the killer, right? But we already voted! That's why I told you. You're all too late. As I said before, I exist as nothing more than a tool.
But why? And why for Fuyuhiko?
I had no motive for killing Mahiru. No reason to kill. Not even the will to kill.
But why?
I was simply used as a tool. As long as I am a tool, I cannot defy my beliefs.
But why?
Hey! What's going on? Can anyone give me a simpler explanation?
For once, Akane, you're not the only one who's completely lost.
It means I'm not the killer.
Was Fuyuhiko the killer the whole time? What?
The true killer, who used me as their weapon to kill Mahiru Koizumi, was Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu.
Okay, look. If you swung the bat, what killed her? You're the killer. That's how this works. Doesn't matter if Fuyuhiko told you to or not. You swung the bat that killed her, you're the killer.
What?
What the hell?
I see. That's what you were aiming for all along.
No, I have no aim.
Why?
But my young master does. My young master planned this from the start.
Okay, so you are part of his Yakuza.
Young master.
That is the truth of this case. I'm sure you realize it by now, but it's too late. You cannot undo the vote.
Except you swung the bat, you're the killer.
That's a problem. If Peko's allegation holds up, that means our vote was incorrect.
Guys, don't worry about it. It's fine. If she's the one who held the bat, and swung it at Mahiru's head. She's the blackened, and we're good.
In that case, the person who gets to live is...
Just... me?
Except that's not how this works. I see, judging from his reaction, he did not want this to happen. He didn't want this to happen. Something happened that he did not intend.
That's nuts! No matter how you look at it, that's completely insane!
How would Peko be a tool in the first place?
She's part of his Yakuza.
Peko is a legitimate human being!
Well,
That's not for you to decide. It's for Monokuma. The votes have been cast. All we can do now is wait and see what Monokuma decides.
What the hell?
this is okay. It's gotten very anime all of a sudden because, you know, in the first game, the stakes were kind of like you knew you were gonna figure it out, and there was only one trial where things got a bit iffy. Here, you know, it's gotten very anime because we've gone from, I don't know what I'm saying, like this is the equivalent of haha, but you see, you have not, you think you have caught on to my master plan, but you haven't, and so now you will all die. And I mean, that's always been the stakes, but it's never been so prominent as to being like it's actually going to happen. I don't know what I don't know what I'm talking about. I was thinking sort of like how they gotta ramp up the villains each time and make them stronger and smarter, and how they figured out what they're doing. But anyway, this is just all over the place. And the trial's over. Got a B. Yeah, I mean, B's are respectable. B's are respectable. Man. Here's the thing. You guys gotta remember, I was talking about feeling really stupid for not getting all of this. I am playing on Mean. You know, I'm playing on Mean. I'm playing on the hardest difficulty. So, don't... Ugh. I'm not that stupid, it's just real hard.
I'm in a bind, and what a bind it is.
We know how the rules work. Peko's the killer.
I guess for now, let's take a quick recess. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Man, stop stalling. I gotta end the episode soon. This is already gonna be like a 5-hour episode. Oh man, and my voice is going too. Ahem. Although there were some twists and turns along the way, the one who killed Mahiru Koizumi is... Hold on a sec. Okay,
Sorry.
oh wait. So sorry, I'm just hesitating.
Hey!
There's no need to hesitate. No matter how you look at it, Peko's the killer. Why? Because you swung the bat.
Hey!
Why? Well, that's obvious. You're not a tool, you're a freaking human being.
Well,
If I'm a human, then I'm not a tool. If that's what you're saying, you're wrong.
you just don't know.
I feel like she's been conditioned from a young age. I don't know much about Yakuza stuff, so I don't know if this is a thing with Yakuza, if they condition people. But only exist to be tools?
Hey,
What does she mean, Fuyuhiko? He can't say anything, man. Peko and I grew up together. No. I doubt that's it.
no.
Yeah. See, yes, she's been raised and conditioned from the time she was a child to be essentially a slave to the Kuzuryus.
I am nothing but a tool.
Yeah. And that's a shame.
What?
Property, you say? Yes. You know what I'm reminded of? She does. It's interesting. She calls him young master, but shouldn't they be the same age? But anyway, you know what I'm reminded of? I'm reminded of Artemis Fowl. Which, by the way, saw the trailer for the live-action movie. Yeah, does not look good. But anyhow, that's what I remind me of. That's what this reminds me of. The Butler family, who were throughout the history of the Fowl family, have served as bodyguards and manservants and everything else. And that's basically what she is, except while the butlers are professionals trained from a young age to be willing to give up their lives in service to their masters, but not act as they're far from slaves. She is conditioned to act like a slave, but like Butler, he doesn't act like a slave. I mean, he occasionally will go against what Artemis tells him in order to try and save him, keep him out of trouble and all that. But yeah. Anyway, that's what this reminds me of. But she, man, I feel bad for her now. She was abandoned and then basically raised to be Fuyuhiko's slave. And I have no doubt that he never wanted that. But
If my young master is attacked, I must defend him as his shield. If he intends to kill, I must be his sword. That is my only reason for living.
that's incorrect. You are a human with free will. You are not an object. And that's what's gonna get you killed.
Before I am human, I am my young master's tool, first and foremost. Until this body of mine can no longer move, I shall fulfill my duty until the very end.
Yeah, well, it's about to stop moving very quickly.
That is...
Because if you were a tool, then what was all that time we spent together?
nothing.
You fiend.
That is why you are hiding your relationship, you mean?
No.
It is not as if that started the moment we arrived on this island. Before that, my young master has always told me to hide my relationship. I cannot begin to imagine why. I cannot begin to imagine the reason for that. I mean, picture this. Picture yourself. I don't care who you are, audience. Picture yourself as a high school boy. Like, you may be in the freaking Yakuza, you may know how to kill people, but you're a high school boy and you've grown up with a girl the same age as you, basically being your slave. Now, certain weak-willed individuals, like Teru, would have certainly taken advantage of this. However, Fuyuhiko, for the most part, seems like a pretty normal guy. I mean, he's got a very quick temper, but that's nothing unusual. And so I have no doubt that he's wanted to avoid this fact of his Yakuza upbringing, that he has been brought up with a slave, essentially. A slave of her own free will, sort of, although not, because that's what she's been. She's been programmed to believe this. But yeah, so I can absolutely understand Fuyuhiko doing his best to avoid this. He doesn't want this. I'm sure if he could get rid of her, he would, but she won't freely leave his side. I mean, he could order her to, I suppose, but then like, she has nowhere else to go. She has no family, apparently. She was abandoned. So what exactly happened? Because judging by... Yes. Obviously, Fuyuhiko did not actually order her to kill Mahiru. Because judging by his reactions, he cares for her somewhat. And tried to defend her. Therefore, I feel like, yes, something happened that he did not intend, and that's why she killed Mahiru. He did not intend for it to happen, I think. I hope. That makes me wonder, was Peko the one who also killed Sato? There's too much going on. I can't take it. And this is only chapter 2. Yes, I can see that. He definitely loathes having to rely on the fact that he's of the Kuzuryu family to make him strong. But I also think it's not just that he doesn't want to be involved with her or have her do things because he feels like he's relying on his family. I feel like I said, he cares for her. He doesn't want her to be his slave, but he kind of has no choice. Yes. No. No. He hates that you consider yourself a tool because he cares about you. And when I say he cares about her, I don't necessarily mean in a romantic way, right? I mean in I'm a decent guy and I grew up with this person and I don't want bad things to happen to her because of me kind of way.
I am nothing but a tool.
Yeah. At least, that's what I think. I could be totally wrong about Fuyuhiko, but I really want to believe that deep down he's a good guy. But I don't think he intended to kill Mahiru. I think you misinterpreted that, and it's gonna get you killed. The one who tried to kill Mahiru wasn't you, it was Fuyuhiko?
Damn it.
No, I don't think that's correct. I'm not sure. It is what it is. And I thought that beat that game. I was suddenly given these photographs.
Damn it!
Yeah, I don't think...
Don't fuck with me!
Yeah. It's because Mahiru's friend killed her. I thought you put it together. Because you forgot. Because it happened while we were all at Hope's Peak, including her.
You
tried to confirm it with Mahiru, and that's why you wanted to talk to her.
So...
Yeah, I sent her the photo because I wanted to make sure she'd respond. But she never replied back to me. Not only that, she started avoiding me too.
But...
Yeah. She was just confused. Yeah.
Oh my!
You're not gonna tell me here? If you wanted to talk about it there, it'd be totally fine. It's pretty important, so, you know, it'd be troubling to involve the others.
Huh?
You sound pretty serious.
But...
Yeah, see, she started blaming herself. I personally feel like... Aside from... Well, okay. All of the girls are slightly at fault because they did not report finding a dead body. But that's only because Sato suggested that they shouldn't because it would make them look suspicious, which is total bullcrap. But then... So they're all kind of at fault for that, but then... Mahiru did cover up some evidence for Sato in order to try and protect her. But she was not in any way... She covered the evidence for her friend so that her friend didn't get taken away before she could talk to her. And then she talked to her friend. And then her friend got killed by, well, apparently Peko, probably. Quite probably under orders from Fuyuhiko. But Mahiru was not to blame for either murder. She never asked Sato to go and talk to Fuyuhiko's sister, because Fuyuhiko's sister had been messing with her and bullying her. And Sato decided to go talk to her and got into a fight. Sato choked out Fuyuhiko's sister, And it was like, well, she's gonna be real mad when she wakes up, and then I'm gonna have the Yakuza on my back. So then she murdered her and tried to frame it on just some random pervert who snuck into the school. And then Sato got killed as revenge for that by Fuyuhiko. Fuyuhiko still found out about it. The Yakuza, sort of, still found out about it. She still died. The story should end there. And in all honesty, the story probably did end there. Like, I'm not sure I'm cool with Fuyuhiko murdering Sato, but like, or having her murdered, but like, especially for someone like him, revenge is definitely part of the way they work. And I mean, yeah, I can kind of understand. I don't know that I would go so far as to murder someone who had murdered my brother, but I can get how he feels, or felt.
Are you serious?
There's always tomorrow, unless you get killed.
Oh.
She wanted to discuss how to make amends, but Hyoko was the only one who accepted her invitation. That's a new sprite for Chiaki. Yeah. If you had, Pekka wouldn't have been able to do anything. But it was rather convenient for you, wasn't it, Fuyuhiko? If you could make use of their plan to meet each other alone, you could easily lure my hero into a trap, right?
Hey,
By calling them both of them to the beach house, you were able to pin the blame on Hyoko.
What the?
An eye for an eye. That's the world I live in. Like I said. But, so, you really wanted my hero dead? She had nothing to do with it, man. No, you already murdered the person who murdered your sister, you idiot.
damn it!
You already did, you dunce. This is exactly what Monokuma wanted. Monokuma wanted him to misinterpret it. Wanted him to not figure out that he'd already done what he needed to do, so that he would kill one of the other people involved.
And so,
Yes, that's because that's what you used to kill Sato before. Man. See, I think I have a hard time still believing he's a bad guy. It's just that's the way his world works. You know, you murder my sister, I murder you. That's just the way it goes. It's the mafia type thing. Well, because that's what Yakuza is, but anyway.
that is...
Yeah. Except he didn't kill her. Peko did. What did she do?
Hey,
Why, you?
but... Why?
Shut the hell up!
What are you saying?
Man, this is terrible. I hate everything about this. You know, I was so worked up at the beginning of this that it was going to be Chiaki. It was going to be Chiaki. It made sense in my mind. I was so terrified. This is almost as bad. I was going to say worse, but this is almost as bad. This is horrible. Horrible. If Fuyuhiko and Mahiru had just been like, yes, okay, that was bad. Your friend killed my sister, I killed your friend, but neither of us can remember any of it happening, so let's just forget about it. Then it all would have been fine. But that's not what happened. Well, I mean, there are, you know, appointed judges whose sole duty it is to judge other people's crimes and determine how they should be punished for them. But I get the point. And I totally agree with that. Revenge is not correct. It's what I was saying. Justice without mercy becomes revenge. You think that it's justice. You think that it makes up for your loss. But it only makes you worse, and if nothing, it only makes things worse, and if nothing else, it makes you as bad as the person you're getting revenge on. And of course, that can spark a revenge back at you. And this is how family feuds get started. One person kills somebody else. That somebody else's family member kills the first person, and then somebody from the first person's family kills that person, and so on. And then it turns into basically all-out war. That's how feuds get started. That's how, like, that's how gang wars can get started. It's just... no matter how good it may feel in the moment, revenge is never correct, and it doesn't do anything to like, it doesn't bring back whatever you've lost. It doesn't matter if, you know, someone stole something from you, so you go punch them in the face. That doesn't bring back what they stole from you. Somebody killed somebody that you loved, that you cared about. Killing them doesn't bring that person back. It's... and if this is what Fuyuhiko... I mean, I know I said I wouldn't go so far as to murder somebody who killed my brother. I'd like to think so anyway. But I definitely... I mean, I can understand Fuyuhiko not being willing to just forgive and forget. But Mahiru had nothing to do with it. So it shouldn't have been... this shouldn't have happened. He already killed the person who killed his sister. He already killed her. It should be done with now. There shouldn't be anything further to do with it. You know? Like I said, I understand him being unable to forgive and forget. I don't agree with revenge, but I understand it. So if he hadn't done this, I would have been more than willing to let him off the hook for what he did before. If there's one thing I've learned in this life, it's that you can always move past your past mistakes, no matter how bad they may be. Now, I haven't heard any stories of people coming back from being like murderers, but I'm thinking of one particular story that I've heard of somebody who completely turned his life around. He was a horrible person. He was a neo-Nazi. He was just he was in jail twice. You know, he'd done some terrible things. I don't think he ever killed anybody. He may have assaulted people, I think, but he never killed anybody. But this man, I have met him in person and shaken his hand. He's a good guy, but like so if there's one thing that my own personal life experience has taught me, it's that whatever your past mistakes or misdeeds, you can move on from them. Now, the people that you've wronged may not forgive you, but if you can forgive yourself, I know this is sounding really like cheesy motivate, but this is true. If you can forgive yourself, you can move on. Even if the people that you've wronged can't forgive you, you can still move on. And if they're worth anything, they may not be willing to forgive, but they may be willing to forget. Well, is that backwards? I don't know. They may be willing to move on as well. They may never forgive you, but they may be willing to move on and not like seek to cause harm to you and whatever. Like if they are good people, they will move on as well. But Fuyuhiko, man, want me to be honest? Yeah. No, I think you are acting like a perfectly reasonable person. I think that's perfectly reasonable, and the fact that, like, if you had found that reason, well, we wouldn't be in this situation, for one thing. But if you'd found that reason, I would have given you the biggest bro hug. I don't care how mad it would have made you. I would have given you the biggest bro hug. Be like, man, you can overcome your upbringing. You can overcome, the Yakuza mentality of kill anybody who even remotely wrongs me. That is a perfectly normal mentality to have. The fact that you found a reason to go through with it, which is simply that she called you out on doing something wrong before, which maybe wasn't the smartest idea on her part, but the fact that you considered that to be grounds for murder, man, I wanted to like you. I've been holding out for you this whole time, and you let me down. You let me down, man. Is that a glimmer of hope? He couldn't do it. Even though he was talking about it at the beginning of the trial, because I kept trying to refute what he was saying. He's like, you must have never busted somebody's head open before. If you do that, there's a lot of blood. Even with that, he could not kill her. He made Peko kill her. Making Peko kill her means that Peko is the Blackened. Peko's the one who did it. She's the Blackened. She's gonna die.
Huh?
Young master, I am finished.
Why was she in her swimsuit already? Okay.
What?
Yes, but you are not a tool. You are a human. And based on Fuyuhiko's reaction there, what she said is not correct.
Of course!
Well, I mean, no, it's not impossible. You can learn to understand each other regardless. I mean, obviously, due to Fuyuhiko's upbringing, that's why he thinks this way. But then, for that matter, I understand that. That's the way he was brought up. That's why he's the way he is. Because that's how he was brought up. Because that's the way the people that brought him up are. And so on. So, yeah. It doesn't matter. You should be able to understand each other. I think that's incorrect. I mean, are there misunderstood people in the world? Sure. Are there hard to understand people in the world? Definitely. Doesn't mean it's impossible for humans to understand each other. I mean, I could go into a big thing like, that's why we have certain cultural norms and stuff. I mean, different cultures have different cultural norms, so but there are cultural norms so that we can understand each other. People that deviate from those cultural norms are hard to understand, or they're hard to be understood by the people who follow those cultural norms. But then that's why in this day and age, especially with the internet and stuff, there's 10 million subcultures. You know, stuff like steampunk and gothic and, well, gamers and like weeaboos or whatever. You know, like Japan nerds and like cyberpunk, diesel punk. You know, there's cosplayers and role players and musicians and artists and all this kind of stuff. There's so many subcultures these days. And most people cross between at least a few of them, but if you're not part of those subcultures, most of them are pretty hard to understand. So I get that, but I mean, those subcultures are so that people who deviate from cultural norms have their own cultures to not deviate from. Because that's the way the human brain works. The human brain has to have an us to differentiate from the them. No matter what. It's impossible for everybody to get along with everybody else. All the time. Doesn't mean as a whole we can't... As a whole, humans can't work together, but like... humans have to distinguish themselves from others in some way. Also, I'm going really long. I'm getting pretty rambly. It's getting late. I need to hurry up, and we need to hurry up and get to the execution so I can end.
Be quiet.
Yes, thank you, Chiaki.
Yes, indeed.
Okie dokie, I'll be quiet.
It cannot be.
Yes. Yes, you did, except you were totally right because she is the Blackened. Nope. Nope.
That's obviously wrong.
Thank you, Kazuichi. That's obviously wrong.
No.
Yeah, Monokuma has decided, and he's decided that you're the killer.
This is troubling.
I'll admit, all this talk about Peko being a tool sounds pretty persuasive. When you approach it from various angles, it makes sense that Fuyuhiko is actually the true killer. Hold on, I'm telling you to hold on. He's getting there.
I see.
So for Peko, Fuyuhiko himself is your true hope then? On his behalf, you killed Mahiru, and now you're trying to sacrifice us so that you can protect him.
Great.
You would only get that far because he's your one and only hope. Okay, we do not need the two crazy people starting to talk to each other.
Wrong.
She's just a tool.
Now then.
Hey, Fuyuhiko, what do you think?
Huh?
About what?
Hey,
Is Peko just a tool to you? No. Using that tool. Surviving by sacrificing Peko and the rest of us. And there's the laugh. Is that your hope?
what?
No, it isn't.
Hold on.
Because he cares about you.
What?
Huh? You seem distressed. A mere tool doesn't panic like that, right? Okay, Nagito, I appreciate you messing with them. I appreciate this. You're not so crazy as to be unable to mess with people.
Jeez.
Peko, be honest. Are you trying to protect Fuyuhiko of your own free will?
Hey,
Fuyuhiko, can you tell me the truth? And you see Fuyuhiko is trying to protect her of his own free will. No. No, he didn't order to do any of it. Fuyuhiko,
Yeah.
I know you hate our guts, but if you listen to Peko, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
I...
Master.
And the truth is, he cares about you. That's not the truth. Fuyuhiko, you mentioned this before, but in this kind of situation, interacting with others will just shorten your lifespan. Those idiots Byakuya and Terra are proof of that. Plus, it'd be frustrating to be held back by affection when it's my time to kill. You're still saying that. Of course, I'll sacrifice the lives of everyone here if it guarantees my survival. Except he won't. Because he is a nice guy deep down. He's just very confused. You don't really feel that way, right? You're not that kind of person. Because if you were, you wouldn't be hesitating like you are now, right? Okay, so if he didn't actually order Peko to kill Mahiru, my respect for him has come back.
Young Master!
He'll tell us the truth, alright. He'll tell us the truth that you did everything on your own to protect him, and he was trying his hardest not to let it be known to protect you. No. Fuyuhiko, this could be considered your ultimate choice. Regardless, either way you'll still lose Peko, but
Hey,
if you insist you're the killer just as she said, you can sacrifice us and survive alone. Or would you rather reject Peko and fight alongside us against despair? You know, Nagito, if it weren't for the fact that you want us to kill each other so that we can face despair, you'd actually be really reasonable.